Welcome, historians! Today we're flashing back to the 1800s, a time when the United States was growing fast. New inventions, new land, new challenges, and people fighting for major changes. Let's take a closer look at how these changes shaped the United States. Many Americans believed in manifest destiny, the idea that the United States was meant to stretch from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean. This belief encouraged millions to head west, searching for land, opportunity, and adventure. Families traveled in wagons for months. Imagine road tripping without snacks, air conditioning, or siblings arguing over who gets the window seat. Actually, maybe that part hasn't changed. In 1804, President Thomas Jefferson sent Lewis and Clark on a famous expedition to explore the Louisiana Purchase. They mapped the land, studied plants and animals, and learned from Native American guides, especially Sacagawea. And remember, they did all of this without GPS, phones, or even a halfway decent map. Basically, it was the ultimate, are we there yet? Adventure. But expansion came at a terrible cost. Under President Andrew Jackson, the US government forced thousands of Native Americans to leave their homes in the Southeast. Approximately 100,000 Native Americans were forced to make an average 1,000-mile journey. Of those, 10 to 15,000 people died along the way. Their long, deadly journey west became known as the Trail of Tears. New inventions helped the nation grow quickly. The cotton gin, invented by Eli Whitney, made cotton production faster, leading to more plantations and, sadly, a huge increase in enslaved labor in the South. The telegraph, invented by Samuel Morse, let people send messages almost instantly, faster than anyone had ever imagined. It was basically the world's first text message, except it made clicking noises, and no emojis, and you had to be a trained operator to use it. As fast as communication was becoming, the nation's problems weren't so easy to fix. While technology was racing ahead, many Americans sought injustice all around them, and they began organizing to make the country better. Abolitionists worked to end slavery like Harriet Tubman, an escaped enslaved woman who became a heroic conductor on the Underground Railroad. She risked her life to lead others out of slavery. Women also began fighting for equal rights. Leaders like Elizabeth Cady Stanton and Lucretia Mott organized the Seneca Falls Convention, the first major meeting demanding greater educational, political, and economic rights for women. However, it's important to note that African Americans were not allowed to fully participate in this early movement. Many of the rights discussed at the time were focused primarily on white women, and black women were often excluded from leadership roles and major events. These reformers challenged Americans to live up to the nation's ideals: freedom, equality, and justice. The 1800s transformed America. As the nation expanded west, inventors changed daily life. Native peoples faced tremendous hardship, and reformers pushed the country towards a fairer future. But as the country grew, disagreements grew too. Questions about slavery, states' rights, and who should have freedom and power became harder to ignore. These rising tensions would eventually pull the nation into one of the most challenging chapters in its history: the Civil War.